Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lay, for those of you who are new. Today I'm going to be doing a new series that I want to start on my channel where I basically break down the basics of how to apply your makeup. So today we are doing how to blend your eyeshadow. This is a very beginner friendly video, so if you want to see how I got this blended look, make sure to stay tuned and keep watching. All right, baby, let's get into this video. We are starting with a fresh face. I'm going to be doing my eyes and my eyebrows for you today. But before we get into that, I'm going to need for you to subscribe. Yeah, girl. Become a part of the family and make sure you follow me on my social media. We be having a good old time over there. So yeah. So these are the products that I like to use to prep my face. I like to start by moisturizing my face and my lips. The first product I like to go in with has been this Fourth-Ray Beauty Rose Milk. And this is what I use to moisturize my face. Now, since I do live in an area where the climate does go from hot to cold, I do need to make sure that I really make sure my face is moisturized. I have noticed a difference in the way my foundation holds up, so I'm just adding the Fourth-Ray Beauty. These are the vitamin C elixir drops, so it's a combination of a serum and a oil and an oil, sorry, English, and it just really helps to moisturize the face, and the face does absorb the oil, so it doesn't leave you feeling greasy. Now, to hide all of my porous areas and areas that like to give me trouble, I'm adding this Makeup Forever smoothing primer. And then for my lips, you know, dry lips, we're going to go ahead and add this ColourPop lip balm in Razzle Dazzle. Yes. So now I'm going to do my brows off camera. I'm using the ColourPop brow pencil and this Essence brow gel, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye off camera. I always gotta decide. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and go in with my California Love palette. This is by ColourPop, and we're gonna start by going over this eye. These are the brushes that I'm going to use today. The first brush I want to talk about is the Sigma E25. Now, you don't necessarily have to use this brush in particular, but I just wanted to show you, what it looked like. So I'm going in with this shade called Gold Rush, and I'm using the Sigma E25. Now, the reason I picked this brush as I prime my eye, the reason I picked this brush is because it is fluffy. It kind of tapers in the middle and then flares towards each corner, and that's kind of what you want when you want a blended look. You want your brush to be a little softer and a little more blendy, if that makes sense. So right here, I'm showing you the way I hold the brush. I like to hold it at the tip, and I like to hold it using my index and my thumb. I use my middle finger for balance, and then I take my other fingers off of the brush just so that it's not putting too much pressure. And as you can see right here, I'm doing small circular motions on the outer corner of my eye. That's where I want to apply the color. Now, once that has been applied, I'm going to take that same brush, no additional product, and I'm going to blend out the edges. You want to do this with a very, very light hand. Let the brush do all the work. Try your best not to push the shadow in, and just let the brush do what the brush got to do. Like, it's fluffy because that's what's going to give you that blown out fluffy look. So that's what I like to do when I'm doing a look like this, especially if I want something to be very blown out. Now, the next brush I'm going in with is the Morphe M506 brush. This is a smaller brush. It's still fluffy. It's like a crease brush, but like downsized, like very, very small. And then I'm going in with this, it's like a golden yellow shade. I can't pronounce it, and it was just on the screen, so that's the name of this shade. But anyways, it's like a mustardy gold yellow, and I'm just patting that in the center of my lid, and then I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to blend out the edges. Now, blending out the edges does include blending it into that Gold Rush shade, and as you can see, it's already starting to look blended. So what I like to do is add color and go back and forth with that. So I'm blending out the edges and blending it into the Gold Rush shade. Now there's no additional product on this brush, but I am using it just to kind of pull that mustardy color into the Gold Rush shade. And then I'm going back and forth with that because you don't want to lose that center shade, because I do want it to show, and I want it to be, you know, I want you to be able to see that there's 3 distinct colors. So now I'm using this Wet n Wild flat packing eyeshadow brush. Some people use this for concealer. I do like to use this to pack on shimmer shades. The shade I'm going in with is called Diego, and I'm going to add that to the inner thirds of my lid. And then you'll see, using the tip of the brush, I'm going to pull that into the mustard shade. Very light hands, very light pressure, and it's just pretty much using the tip of that brush to pull that eyeshadow shade into the next one. Now going back in with the 506 brush, I'm going to use that to blend Diego and the mustard color together. So this just helps by going in between brushes to add that little bit of leftover product that is on the brush, and it helps to blend those 2 shades together. You want these colors to lock fingers, not just hold hands. So using the tip of the brush, I'm just using that to blend out the edges so I have a nice blown out look. And then before I go onto my lower lashes, I do like to cover up these bags. So now I'm going in with this Morphe M508 brush, and this is a smudger brush, and I'm going to use this to pack on the color to my lower lash line. All 3 of the exact same shades that I used for my upper lash line, I am using for my lower lash line. And you can see right here, I'm packing in the color, and then I'm going to lightly take the brush and blend it out. So here's what I do when I'm doing like blending. You can put one shade on one side and the other shade on the other. And then as you go through it, you will flip the brush over and pretty much blend those 2 edges together. When it gets to the lower lash line, it does kind of mush together, but now I'm going to clean that same brush off, and I'm going in with the shade Diego, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner and bring that all the way in to my mustard shade. Now once you do that, you can go ahead and line your lashes. I like to do a wing liner for looks like this. You don't necessarily have to. So right here, I went ahead and added these charm lashes. These are by Bat Your Lash. I will have information on them down in the description box. So for foundation, I'm using the Estee Lauder 24-hour Teint Idole foundation. This is actually one of my favorite foundations ever, and I did kind of have to mix some of the NYX drops because it is a little light for me. Like if this is the shade that I was wearing, like I don't know what was wrong with me. So I'm going to go ahead and add my NARS creamy concealer. This is like the cream concealer, and it's in the shade Ginger, and I'm patting that in with a a concealer brush. And this just helps to add a little bit of contrast to your face. So I'm going to do an entire video on how I bronze, contour, and highlight my face. But for today, we're just going to go through the products that I'm using. So for bronzer, I'm using this Guerlain Terra-Cotta bronzer. It is one of my favorites. When I was working in Sephora, I actually popped it out of my pot and I put it in a Z palette. This is when Z palettes were popular, but this is in the shade number 5. And as I highlight my face using my setting powder, which will be down in the description box as well, because right now I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but I do write all this stuff down as I'm doing it, so the information in the description box will be accurate. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to blush. I'm using one of my favorite blushes. You all know that I love MAC blushes. These are probably top 5 favorite blushes of all time. Now for highlight, I'm going in with MAC's Gold Deposit, and I'm just adding that to the high points of my cheeks. This is perfect for women of color, and I'm setting my face. Now for lips, I'm going in with this Morphe Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is in the shade Peanut, and this just helps to tie the look all together. You can use whatever lip color you want, whether you want it to be like a deep red, you can use a terracotta color like I'm using today, or you can use a nude. That completes this look. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, share my video to help me grow. Subscribe to my channel also to help me grow. And until next time, beauties, I hope you stay blessed. But before you go, please make sure to check out one of my last videos. I think you all will really enjoy it. So yeah, mwah, stay blessed.